Let me talk to him. Listen, I'm one of the best, if purely just talking penmanship. I was really outside, see my circle requires membership. My sole purpose for making these rhymes worth it. Jot lines as a scribe, verses gotta be perfect. I'm a earner, work ethic second to none. Just check where I'm from. Leroy ain't raised no bum.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Don't Sleep on the Couch podcast. I go by Cash, aka Exec P. This is episode 191. Again, this is your first time listening to me and the podcast. Just let you know it's about music, sports, entertainment, and culture. But near and dear to my heart is just independent artists and their grind and just the quality music that independent artists are putting out there. I don't care if you overground, underground, middle ground. You know, we got all those sayings, but dope music is dope music. And every now and then you find a diamond in the rough. And every time we got these folks on this podcast, these independent artists, we coming with some fire. So y'all gotta tap in. Y'all gotta tap in. Special shout out to my man Know It All for putting the plug in my ear saying, hey man, you gotta get my man JIGGS from Atlana on this thing, man. I'm like, okay, well, send me the music. If it's dope, you know I'm with it. And a couple weeks later, on the couch for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mr. Guess Who? JIGGS is in the building. What's going on, my man?
Bro, what's the deal, bro? What's the deal, man? I appreciate you having me, dog. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate the good music. That's it makes it easier. Makes it enjoyable. It's tough when people ask to be on the pod, and it's hard to listen. It's a difficult listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but look,
I'm happy to contribute, man.
Luckily, this wasn't one of those cases, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, man, and where you're from, how you got your start in music, and take it away, man.
No, for sure. Well, if you don't know by now, man, my name JIGGS. JIGGS 285 Bound. That's my brand, my company. You feel me? I was born in upstate New York, grew up on the south side of Atlanta. You feel me? I've been embracing and indulging this culture. I've been embracing this culture since I can remember, for real. So, you know what I'm saying, it came second nature when it was time for me to do my thing on a more serious level. So, man, I just been taking it a day at a time. You dig what I'm saying? From the day one, I always knew it was in me to do this. So once I start taking it seriously, I just, you know what I'm saying, look at the ball rolling.
For sure, man. You seem real family and friend oriented, man. So that's littered throughout this entire project. But first, man, I want to tap into Peso, man. You mentioned Peso a lot on this project.
Yeah, my guy.
One of your guys that's down, and a few other your guys that are down, man.
Berg and Peso probably I mentioned the most.
For sure, man. Yeah. It's very, like I said, family and friend oriented, man. What took the shape of the album in that direction?
Man, it just because I named it God Minute, right? So I'm focusing on like destiny and like, you know what I'm saying, and purpose. And, you know, some people when they go through tough things in their life, they wonder why, you know what I'm saying, and why does it have to happen, and why I feel like they're getting the short end of the stick. But even though when we in the worst times of our life, it's a part of the plan and it's destiny. So you got to shine light on those who can't be around and see, because I could be going through some of my best times, but still in the back of my mind, I know some of the people I love the most, closest to me, going through some of the worst times. So I just try to keep them along with them and let them feel like, hey, yo, you with me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, a win for me is a win for you. You feel me?
For sure. So mom's actually set the tone with the entire project, man, with steering it in the right direction. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sure,
how was that getting moms in the booth? How did she feel? Was she nervous? You know what I mean? It sounded very well spoken.
How did it sound to you, man?
Very well spoken. You know, like mama had it scripted. You know what I mean? Flawless execution.
She didn't have nothing wrote down, but how she sounded on there, or just how she sounded growing up. Like my mama, she can give you some jewels and some love and make you want to feel to keep doing it. But that comes to her naturally, you know what I'm saying? But what doesn't come naturally to everybody is getting in front of the mic and spilling out what you do on a daily basis. So only problem we had with doing that, I just had to tell her, like, yo, I had to explain to her how somebody explained to me how to rap. Like, forget the mic and forget everything in here. Just pour out like how you would pour out to me if we were somewhere at a dinner table. You know what I mean? So once I got that into her and she felt comfortable, like, forget the mic and forget the recording, it's gonna do me, I knew it was gonna be a gem.
It's always lovely when family's involved in the project and it comes off authentic. And shout out to
my whole family almost on this, man.
Right, I know. I saw you had your niece on there, and then and
my little sister, my little daddy.
Sister. Yeah, man. So that's kind of fly. How was everybody else involved? I know your niece The da 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 and one of the songs.
No, that was my little sister. Actually,
oh, little sister. Okay.
Yeah, the da da da. That's my little sister Jayori. She did
What
that.
song? What song is that for the
Good.
people that are listening out there?
That come at the end of Life is Good. At the end of Life is good is my sister. And and my father, me and my father co-produced that track together.
Oh, then that got to be the first song we let rock out, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like that got to be the first one, man. Let's get right to it. That's Life is Good. Ahead. Life is Good.
It's an incredible thing, when you're able to make music, and that's the only blessing I'm happy about right now. Just the fact that I'm even able to make music. I thank God for that.
Reflecting as my day wakes at daybreak. Mistakes made ain't break me, but it made me. Niggas living lazy, wonder why they living crazy. My ceiling got no limit, baby. Convertible, vertical, with words that get surgical. Sowing seeds and seeds that I'd rather serve than be a surgeon. You herbs should be referred to as cervical. All these different crowds merging like excursions, trying to sound how my verses do. Shorty, is no such thing as comp. You pin your verses versus you. Bet you stick out like hearses do.
Hey man, like look, man, y'all damn a stream. I said stream on the last episode with my man Prophet. Go buy the project, man. Go support indie artists. I gotta say that more. Go buy, go stream. That's cool. The numbers is great, but they don't put money in our pockets and keep us wanting to do this independent thing. Bro. So go put the money in the pocket if you like a few of those bars, man. But man, I'm a big gamer, right? You know what that sound like to me? I ain't trying to be funny.
What it sound like? No, go ahead.
Zelda, Final Fantasy. Wow, shit out of the...
like Zelda. That sound like Zelda.
Yeah, some old Zelda shit, but it's fly at the same time.
You know what's crazy? That was a song like, I ain't gonna say we was worried about, but me and the camp, we was like, that's a song that's outside of the box than normal. Like the beat, the production, like that's people either gonna love it or hate it. You know what I'm saying? Just a little more outside the box, but I know good music when I hear it. You feel me? So when I caught that sample, that loop, I'm like, man, this is good music. Like, this is fly. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the producer. Who's the producer on that one?
That's me and my dad. Me and my dad.
You and your pops. All right.
Just me and my dad. That's it.
All right, man. All I see is the mother in you on there, man. What? Such a beautiful song, man. Why are you talking this crazy?
Bro. That's just real, bro. People be, I don't know, dudes. It don't even be their fault though. Sometimes they just don't be having that guidance and having that role model. You know what I'm saying? They pick up certain traits. It just becomes second nature for them to deal with situations in a feminine fashion. So I want to see the brother in you, but all I see is your mother in you. You know what I mean?
Hey, that shit had me roll. Man, and then the other thing is like, yo, we make lists here on the podcast, and I feel like you took a shot at us. Hey, get the dog.
Oh, yeah. You know why I did that, man?
So what's your issue with the list? What's your issue with the list?
It wasn't personal to y'all.
No, I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
Yeah, for sure. I'm in Atlanta. We got a whole indie hip hop culture here, man. It's like rap. I'm 25, so 25 and under crowd. That rap. They don't sound nothing like me. You feel me? So when the list come out, I'll never be on the list. You feel me? And they be sending me the list like, dang, Jiggs, you ain't on this list. They must not be. I'm like, man, I don't care nothing about no list, bro, because I ain't nothing like none of them boys on that list. Like they can't hold a candle to me. I'm doing me. I'm worried about my legacy. So life is good.
Exactly, man. That's the one thing, man. It's like, yo, if you're not on the list, you can't let it show. Like you can't let it bother you. Like
you can't get the barking, man.
It is what it is, man. Because then people get to picking apart your career.
Yeah, and if you want to bark.
Right, if you can't take that like a ball player, you know what I mean? Like that's what Skip Bayless do. That's what Shannon Sharp do. They break down, they analyze. It ain't always, sometimes it's malicious.
Everybody ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People gonna miss out. Some people don't make the All-Star game when they supposed to.
Yeah, the long game is the quality in the music, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I've seen like your stuff on there since 2019 on the DSPs, but I'm sure you've probably been doing it before 2019, man. How has your pops and your family from being from up north, and you saying you don't rap like nobody else in the South, and I think your up north upbringing or family being from there kind of sparked that, wouldn't you say that?
No, for sure, man. My pops probably did initially spark my just my whole hip hop background. You know what I'm saying? He was heavily involved in hip hop. He's from the golden era, so he did graffiti, break dancing, did some producing, DJing. He did some rapping. He did everything. He from that Fatal 4 era. So he got all that in him. I'm the son, you know what I'm saying? We always grew up tight and close. So everything everything about it, or the culture, he always gave it to me, and I accepted the culture like a religion at an early age. So this is all I cared about. You know what I'm saying? So it come off New Yorkish. It can come off New Yorkish, and it come off like, oh, he can't be from people that see me that never seen me or don't know me and see me on a Instagram page or on a going viral or something like that. You're like, he not from Atlanta. Like, you got to check them yearbooks. Just look at me, man. That's where I grew up at. All my partners from here.
Right. And then a lot of people from New York transplant down to Atlanta. That's the South for them, North Carolina.
In the 90s,
Virginia.
that's what they was doing.
That's what they was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
VA. I'm out here in VA. Like you, it's common to run into people from Jersey, Phil. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a time period when my family and my cousins, we all moved down here at the same time in the late 90s, but a lot of them just moved back. My parents stayed. So I just, you know what I'm saying? I just grew up down here.
You mentioned your pop being from the golden era, and he's dibbling and dabbling. We got a lot of similarities that way. My pop's golden era, but his era was late 70s, 80s, just really hip hop's inception. You know what I mean? He grew up in it. You know, from the root. So who's some of your favorite MCs from that golden era? Who are some of the people that your pops put you on? Not even in the 80s, just from. Who your pops put you on? Who your uncles and
Yeah, my pops put me on so many artists, man. That's why I was saying from the 80s, because like we could be named rappers for days. Like so he really went through all eras. Like I could name some of my favorite rappers from every era. Like so he probably really his favorite era, besides like his favorite era for real, because it's nostalgic, would probably be like the 80s, right? Because he was a teenager and he was coming to age. So KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Kool Keith. He like cats like that, you know what I'm saying? And so coming into the early 90s and the mid 90s, he like that era too, because I grew up on a lot of mixtapes, Clue tapes, the Locks, you feel me? A lot of those Ron G's and just mixtapes. I grew up mixtape heavy. A lot of songs I knew. A lot of like, you know how the kids in your school, they listen to the radio with their parents. When I was with my parents, I didn't listen to the radio at all. I listened to CDs and mixtapes. So the songs they know, I didn't know, and the songs I knew, they didn't know. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
Like for example, like when okay, let's say like this. Like when Joel Santana dropped that What the Games We Missing, and he had Mike check 1 2 1 2, and they see everybody seen on TV is new. I've been heard it because I'm a mixtape baby.
It was on the mixtape a long time ago.
I hear all the mixtape stuff. That's how I got music. So I was just onto music heavy.
Dope, man. See, you got me feeling good because I'm in the car. My 16-year-old and my 9-year-old, I got them listening to Ransom. Like it's no radio on whatsoever.
I don't blame you, man.
You know what I mean? On the radio. Nothing wrong with the radio. You know, we all, you know, as artists, we hope to make it there. Like, let's keep it a buck.
I heard my song on the radio before, and it was one of the best. It was lit. You feel me? Feel like with the average radio, man, they ain't spinning nothing. They ain't spinning that what we want to hear. You know what I mean?
Right. And you also have like a lot of, you know, like I see some Nas, some AZ interludes. Weaved in here. You know what I mean? Was Nas really influential in terms of like one of them top guys?
Nas definitely one of the top guys. A second theme of this project is Nas. So you might hear Nas on
The Life Is Good.
You'll hear Nas on Life Is Good. You hear Nas on The Firm. You see the song called Firm. Right. And if you look at the cover on the top right, that's the Illmatic font. You feel me? And then if you look at what I got on, he had the New York Mets joint. You see that that's an Illmatic font on the top right.
Yeah.
Illmatic. Then in the middle, what I got on is like that's what he had on Stillmatic, the New York Mets.
Got you. Okay.
Right? It was kind of, you feel me? It's Nas themed at the same time.
That was in the details.
Whatever happens, it was written, meaning God meant it. That's a Nas bar.
Yo, man, let's get to Firm Biz, man. That'll be the second joint we play here. You know, I want to give people a little bit of taste as we going through our conversation, and just so they can, you know, buy in.
Man, now you revolutionize hip hop, man. The people of Brooklyn is checking you out. They definitely feeling you. You know, the whole Nas, empire. What's up with that, man?
I'm out south playing house with your spouse and have to buy a blouse. Mouse in the house, you niggas out of bounds. I'm out of pounds of dabs. I find a slap can make a clown relapse. Back to the real you. I'm due for meals, cause niggas skills is mildew. Gotta bear your breast when shit get hard to build through. Cause it ain't all glamorous, shit get cancerous. Few lumps I had to feel through. The odds was steep, but I'm sleek. I shine my piece before I sleep. Why whine and weep? I time to plead the same. I gotta lead a gang in one piece before I lead a game. Free the gang, you put your pain in one deep. You ain't peep the snake, I seen the fangs. And honestly, seen a thing or two, just made the flow greater. Either way, I'm the same like rotator to my do major or do major.
That's Firm Biz. Firm Biz featuring Marco Plus.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Where you know Marco from, man? Y'all just is this?
Yeah. Actually, he from the South Side as well. But we didn't grow up together. I met him through a mutual homegirl. I met the mutual homegirl like when I first started rapping in 2019. She was like, "Yo, this dude want to holler at you," and he hit me up. We wasn't like we ain't really have a long conversation, but we just chatted up a little bit about some music. Then about 2 years down the line, he started popping out with his music a little more. You know what I'm saying? He got a new package and start coming out a little more. He been going crazy. He actually got on this project he had last year about 2 years ago called South Got Something to Say.
Okay.
And he did well. He did well. And he ended up going on tour with Grip, who signed to Shady. And he took me with him. And so we just locked in. We've been going crazy. And so we've been doing joints. He dropped the project. He dropped the project on Cinematic. He signed to Cinematic with Shipes. He dropped the project on Cinematic in October, I believe. We got a joint on that too.
That's fire. That's fire, man. How was the what was the difference between, I know you spent some time up north and you go back and forth, man, but what's like a lot of people talk about the camaraderie in the South, you know what I mean, in terms of that very
friendship.
Example you gave. Like he rocked with you, but he started going once he caught a lick, so to speak. He brought you along, you know what I mean, for the ride, because he was rocking with you before. He was seemingly moving.
Right, doing his thing.
You know what I mean? What is that camaraderie like down there? Because I know being from New York, man, it just ain't that way. You know what I mean?
You know
Still
crazy? In fact, I got so much New York family that I expect people to move how New York people move. I expect people to move like that. So when people don't show love, it don't even be tripping because I expect it. When somebody do show love, I salute it and I treat it as such. And I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a genuine, you know what I'm saying, genuine caring person. You feel me? If somebody show me love and I know it's genuine, I'm going to always look out for you and always extend that arm. That's just how I was raised, you know what I'm saying? Because my pops and my mother, you know what I'm saying, that's just how I was raised. But on average, I don't expect everybody to keep it thorough. So when they do, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate it to the fullest.
Let's talk a little bit about your company. I know you mentioned it earlier. I don't want to gloss over it. Right. What do you guys got going on with your company? What does it all entail?
Right. So originally it was it was meant to be like a record label brand, right? That I'm the CEO of and created. I got another artist, my brother Berg. He on the label too. I just talked to him today. He'll be home within the next month. He's been gone for about 2 years. He'll be home within the next month. It's like my rhyme partner, right? Mm-hmm. And so besides like music and all that, we did a merchandise line about a year and a half ago. I meant to start back up for the females, the pink joints, but it's just a brand, it's just my brand and what I'm running with, man. You know what I'm saying? I put it on everything.
Okay. Fire. So what's your, 2022, you was kind of busy. I saw a few projects, drop a little bit, three projects that I could count that I saw, you know what I mean? Right. It may be more, depending on how you write the things in the DSPs,
right.
I know when you collaborate. What was your most, fulfilling accomplishment in 2022?
2022, my most fulfilling accomplishment was just going on that tour in the top of the year, right? And going to those cities and doing my thing and really like rocking. Like when I performed in New York City, that was my first time going to New York City. So I did like a freestyle with me and Marco just freestyle. We do on tour over Still Feel Me, JIGGS, right?
That's one of my favorite JIGGS beats.
But when it's a partner freestyle where it's my turn to rap again and the beat go off and I be going right, and then when the beat come back in, it's the Biggie Who Shot You joint, right? And I still be going. We did it in Brooklyn, and they went, "Hey, man, that shit was so lit."
That's right. Well, you got to play to the crowd, man. When you go out there and you ain't from out there, you got to play to the tug at the heartstrings. You got to play to the crowd, man. I was hooping, bro. You should have seen me. Like on tour, I'm gonna say the first show I could have did a little better, but after that, man, we killed everything. All right. Worst moment on stage.
Worst moment on stage. What's the worst? I never really went out bad, but I'm gonna try to think of my worst moment. Give me a second. My worst moment on stage. I'm gonna say probably the first show when we went on tour. I could feel when I'm just not on my AAA game. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened. It was my turn to rap, right? And so I didn't pick up. I didn't like you think you know when your bar coming in to rap. It just hit me all now. I know exactly what happened.
Okay.
It was a freestyle, right? That I be telling you about. We did it in DC before we went to New York. And so when we step niggas down like Claymore, need I say more? But when it was my turn to say that, I start the song off. I didn't say it. And so Marco looked at me like, he started saying, I'm like, oh, I'm late. You know what I'm saying? It might not be big or something, but performance is a big part of hip hop to me. Like I can't play. I messed up. I slipped.
How important is it to just, for people out there that are aspiring artists that are, that may not necessarily go on tour like that, how important for it is to just keep it pushing and keep it moving and not appear to be down if you forget a line or two?
Don't appear to be down. Just pick up where you know what I'm saying? Pick up and try to improvise and do what you could do, because you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't, bro. My first time I ever performed, I remember I got booked for a show to do this event with my homeboy DJ Kerosene and DJ Fort Knox. They host all events when like underground stars come to Atlanta, and they wanted me to do an event for them. It was my first time performing at an event, so I was excited, right? But I'm just so geeked and not really on my 10 toes. Like I'm my performance tracks, they all got lyrics over them, and so I got people come out to support me, and I rock it, and they loving me. But them niggas call me. I love them to this day though, because they show me a lot. They call me and they like, yo, don't ever do that again. Like, don't ever perform over your lyrics, dude. Like, it was a real hip hop event, and I ain't mad at them. It was some big heads in there, like, but don't ever do that. And they were dead right.
Yeah, that's a fact. And it's a lot of
my
little
first time though.
Right, it's a lot of little nuances like that. Like, know your raps, be a professional. That's exactly why Dipset lost that battle to the Locks. That's why it was. That was Super Bowl for me. Yeah, for sure,
I love
man.
the Locks to death.
I didn't want to decide, like, you know what I mean. That's part of my childhood and my adult years with Dipset.
That was like my child. Like, that was the two. Like, I don't gotta see nothing else. That was a Super Bowl for me.
For sure.
Dipset let me down for sure. I love the Locks though. Like the Locks.
Yeah. And they brothers too. They did, they fell out several times and stuff like that. But like, damn, if they would have performed it right, they would have stood toe to toe, I believe.
They would have, bro. The Locks is just different.
They different, bro. Man. They different. They did exactly what you mentioned, where they, just went into the freestyle mode that was on a previous Kiss tape and then left.
Locks
Earth.
Still inspire me.
Man, still, anything they drop, man, that's my favorite group. So I could speak about them. I speak about them till whenever, man. But yo, man, another song on here that I thought was pretty dope, and it kind of just started to show, just your vulnerability. And I could say that I haven't listened to your whole catalog yet.
Right.
Not enough hours in a day. I focus solely on this most recent one.
I ain't mad at it, man.
I gotta believe that you do, in setbacks, like you say, heart on my sleeve, but I can't help but show it. Needed love, but remained empty-handed. Like, do you self-internalize your relationships with people, overall? Like, do you show it, or do you just, like, let it out on
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna say, The most time you gonna hear me letting something out is probably music. I don't believe in venting at this point in life, man. It's like venting to somebody, they don't really do too much. As toxic as that sound, I feel like venting don't really do too much for you. So I vent. If I'm a vent, I'm a vent in the booth, bro. Cause you know what I mean? It's like people. It's like, man, people like to use stuff against you, bro. Everybody ain't genuine. They just want to be in your business. You feel me? So the most I'm gonna give people, the world, is probably through these records, and that's what I feel like is so beautiful about hip hop and music as an art. You know what I'm saying? You see a side and hear a side of somebody you would probably never see or hear. That's the only way to get expressing. I love setbacks though.
For sure, and I think you could be clear and concise in that record, and I don't have to overly explain myself. It don't got to be a back and forth.
You be comfortable when it's just you, bro. When it's just you and that mic, you so comfortable, man. You nobody around to judge you, or you don't feel like nobody hearing. Like, I don't want to say this like this because this person around. It's just you and that mic, bro. You just convey it. You know what I'm saying?
How do you like to record? Do you like to have a lot of people in the room and kind of give you feedback, or do you like to do it solo? Just, you and a few people. When I first started rapping, I had no choice but to do it. A lot of people in the room, because I was getting like sessions set up for me, and my brother was pulling strings to get me in the studio. So whether it was nobody or people, I just had to do what I had to do. You feel me? But I used to have my rhymes wrote before I came to the studio. But nowadays, I probably record 90% of my music literally by myself. And if there's people around, I only want like intimate people, like my brothers, my blood brothers, or my childhood friends. I don't like randoms when I record my music, because it just don't hit the same. For sure. What's the Let's Hoop slogan all about? Are you actual hooper, or are you just a fan of hoop?
I hoop for fun. Like, I'm just a competitive. I ain't super athletic, but I don't turn nothing down competitive. You know what I'm saying? I don't turn no phase down. Competition, whether it's 2K, the game, real life, I'm super competitive. But Let's Hoop is just something I be saying, like, even before I was rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? When something go good, I just always been saying that Let's Hoop. So when I first started rapping, you get in the booth, you just like, dang, okay, before a verse, I naturally say it. I can't control it. Let's hoop, let's get it. it's like my let's get it. Like when somebody let's go. Let's say if you hit a lick or you hit it, you see a check drop, you like let's hoop. You feel me? Like it's time.
Right. What makes you so competitive though? What makes you just like
I don't know,
want to win at everything?
Born that way. I got 4 big brothers and I'm the youngest boy. You know what I'm saying? So I always had to go extra hard to try to win this stuff. Video games, fights, everything. You feel me? So I ain't never been athletic, but I had to drive. I don't play. I gotta if they got everything over me physically, they ain't gonna want it more than me.
Got you. So what's your I know you dropped several videos and stuff like that. Yeah. How is that process navigating through the treatment of your videos, man? Do you just like, are you just more of a run and gun to let me get content out, or is it just heavily treated videos that you're trying to kind of conceptualize?
We be wanting to do treatments. We be wanting to do treatments for videos, but at the same time, we be tripping. Like we be saying we're gonna do this and this, but we eventually just run and gun. It's a few of them we got crazy treatments for though. Like Who Get Your Love treatment, stupid. My last 2 videos, Who Get Your Love and Setback, them treatments is stupid. Them is crazy. But a lot of the videos, we be running and gunning, but they still be hard. Like Eddie Kane, I was treated, but running and gun at the same time. But I kind of did the aesthetics for that one myself. Like I came up with the colors. I just knew it had to be a dark video. But man, I feel like my videos be tough though.
Okay, yeah, I do too, man. What about are you gonna consider doing something for Too Late with featuring Nomi? I think that screams that needs a video.
Yeah. My you know what's crazy? My brother said that man, we need to do a Too Late video. I'm like, bro, we just did it. Who Get Your Love? Like, I don't want to keep doing these soft videos. I know it's not crazy. I want to give them that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you want the crowd to be diverse? You know what I mean?
I do. That's why I made a record. I do want it diverse, but let me come back with some heat, man. Let me come back with some. You know what I'm saying? Some chest to chest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah. You want to do all. Yeah, you still at that age. You still at that age where you want everybody to know you can really rap. I don't give a fuck no more. I just want to make the best record. Like I don't.
I'm fading out of that. I'm fading out a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. 2019, when I first started rapping, man, I said, boy, I used to be writing like, nigga, I'm gonna be the nigga. I'm the best rapper in the world. I'm not gonna play with these niggas.
I know. I feel it. Everything was like this. The metaphor was just, it was punchline heavy, and I listened back to some of that old shit, and I'm like
man, niggas don't want to hear that all the time.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, niggas don't want to be punched to death.
Yeah, niggas don't want to punch to death.
For sure, man, for sure. But hey, man, that's just me. I think the Too Late song just screams.
It's a beautiful record.
Be
that's my homeboy's sister on that record too.
Okay, yeah. And the other thing is, I just want a public service announcement. A lot of you guys out there, y'all be having singers on y'all records, independent artists. Look, we independent, but find you a good singer.
She sounded
good to me. Yeah, she sounded good to me. So I'm like, hey, you know, you could tell there's different levels, right? But some folks be letting anybody get on there and sing.
I wasn't jacking that. You know, let me tell you the process of that song real quick, bro.
Go ahead.
I had about 5 people try to send me the song or try to sing over. I had like 4 to 5 girls do it. I'm not putting out no, because I sung the hook at first. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not putting out no, I wasn't gonna drop that song on there if I couldn't get the hook right. I'm not gonna have no crazy singing on the hook. So I had my partner Miles. I'm like, bro, you told your sister to be singing because he produced. I'm like, you told your sister to be singing. You know what I'm saying? Let me try her. I got a session. She pulled up. She aced it, man. I was happy.
Sure. Well, let's get into Too Late featuring Nomi, man.
Hey, what you seen in me is where I am. I wasn't that just yet, but here I am. Can't turn your back just yet, just hear my plan, cause back to back revealed my hand when I should've folded. Now I'm cold cause I was molded, only through tracks exposed it. You showed it, your true intentions I bloated. Misusing women devoted to my every wish, cause I ain't think it exists. A real ride or die that put her pride aside when she feel fire inside, but almost died inside, cause that back burner shit get tired sometimes. We was young, but I take full responsibility. You ain't gotta forgive me, I respect you just for hearing me. For life you gon' remember me, could deny if you want, it's cool, babe. Just extending myself to show you we good, unless it's too late.
If I hurt you, it wasn't intentional. I try to change, but it's hard to let it go. Wait and see, all this love you gave, you'll get it back to me. If I hurt you, it wasn't intentional. I try to change, but it's hard to let it go. Wait and see, all this love you gave, you'll get it back to me.
Yeah, that's some
Again,
heat.
again, yeah, that's heat. That's heat. You know, and I think y'all would do well in that video together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
that's enough of me. Campaigning, man. One of my
Nah, we
favorites.
gonna do it, bro.
One of my favorite songs on here, for sure. I mean, is the run of the last 3 songs on here. Like,
Yeah, the last 3 songs crazy on the low.
That's a grand opening, grand closing, in my opinion.
Right, had it in right.
So I mean, shoot, we could start with any one of them, man. I'm looking at.
Let's go in order. Let's go in order.
Go in order. How
What's
What
that?
Freestyle
What?
featuring Chase?
Chase
You know,
is my brother. He's a brother that's it's Mikey, it's Michael, Richard, Chasen, Jeffrey, then me. So but Jeffrey didn't grow up in the house with us, you know what I'm saying? It's my pop's first son. But
Okay.
Chase is the closest brother I grew up with in the house with. He's closest in age, right? And so he been making beats and stuff since I was like in elementary probably. And so this is the first song we ever did that we put out. So he ain't on the record, but he made the beat. So I just put featuring Chases, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did that song so fast, it just came naturally for like that. And one of our favorite movies is Next Friday, and one of my favorite parts is when he be like, what? When you see the Beamer.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know you see me put that in there.
Yep. You know, it's funny shit in there. Like again, like you said, you're overly competitive, as you said earlier, but then it's like slick shit that you say. Like, I'm the Goldie type with the power, the wower. You know what I mean?
Bro, I play all day. Like, I got jokes for days. You know my favorite part is what I say after that. I say, I'm the Goldie type with the power of the wild because you're used to them cowards in the tower watching Thelma in Florida for hours. That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, man. I'm like, he talking crazy, and then it's cool to see that you're 25, but you still got the old soul, and you mentioning the the next Friday was 2002.
That's crazy. That's old. The kid was probably ain't seen that. That's 2000.
Right. It's an old movie at this point.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, you snapped on that. Next joint running, 40 barking like a Q dog. You know what I mean?
That was hard. That track when I was recording that, I had to re-record my whole tape actually because of the acoustics, right? But but the energy on that was still good. But when I first recorded that running, man, the energy was crazy, bro. Like, that's one of them songs I was in there fighting with the mic.
Yeah. It's hard to get back. Yeah, it's like sometimes you gotta dial it back. You know what I mean? Because you probably
I ain't record setbacks though. That's the original setbacks.
Got you. So yeah, 40 barking like old dog, dope line, a Q dog. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then the other line that I think is fire, and it's something similar that I said, but like I really stand on these type of things. Be about it until you tweet about it.
Ooh. You see that? What that's no, it's I'll try to blind you with a pocket knife. Fasten your pace. I said fasten your pace or fasten your face. Be about it before you tweet about it. Make them read about it. I know niggas with hearts of gold. Pate bring a demon out it. Bleed the streets to feed his needs. Will swear to keep his seat about it. You see the router took a dart to drop the crook to doubt. To split it with your homies like a trophy in its own. See, with me, it's do or die. Ain't no middle of the pack. That's competitiveness. Put the city on your back or you a failure, nigga. Facts. I'm that Wells your niggas crack. For that bail to get you back. I'm that smell you caused when 12 was hawking. Flood them in that scat. I'm that coach that drove you home from practice. Moms was overactive. Shoulders she felt the world was on. I'm what you curled up on that blow up mattress. You feel me?
Yeah. Yo, me, the homie Dumbs, Furious Styles, we was just talking about it. Like, yo, man, we from the outside era. Not saying we was outside in terms of doing shit negative, but
that era, you had to come
that
outside.
era where you had to see somebody if you said something. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? I'm more so like, I think a lot of things on Twitter, on Instagram. I think a lot of things that I want to say. But
you don't just come out disrespecting people.
No, I don't just come out and disrespect people. If I don't like your music, I don't like your music. You know what I mean? But I don't have to come out and grandstand it. I'd rather talk about the shit that I do like. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, bro. That's the real thing you said. People are so used to disrespecting people. People nowadays disrespect people and get away with it so easy that disrespect is just like nothing to them.
Yeah, and eventually, from my era, you had to come out to see somebody.
Right, somebody gonna see you. You keep talking crazy
about that. I mean, who got I forget who got pressed by MC Hammer, but it was somebody that's valid back.
A lot of people got pressed by. I mean, they said a lot of people got pressed by Hammer.
Yeah, a lot of people got with the Hammer, Hammer bars. They were saying like slick shit about Hammer, and then Hammer and his team. Hammer
They
wasn't
said
no
Hammer
punk.
wasn't no punk.
You
Nah.
know, no punk. You know what I'm saying? You had to see him, and you had to double back and chase your tail. Like I don't want to live life like that.
Nah, man.
So I rather, I like that line because if I say it, I stand on it. And even if it's a controversial thing, I'm cool with that because I know what come with that. You know what I mean? But a lot of cats really don't. You know what I mean? So I definitely was digging running. And then remarkable one line that stood out, or two lines that stood out to me is raising my son with Hova quotes. I always talk about I was raised off Jada Kiss bars and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the other one was, it ain't the tools, but it's the carpenter. You said something like that.
Yeah, that's what I said. That was fly.
Yeah, that's a life. That's that. I like those kind of lines. Yeah. It's subtle.
It's quick bar.
Quick bar, but you know what you was doing when you was writing that.
Yeah.
And the people that tap in with lyrics, they gonna fuck. They gonna fuck with that.
Carpenter.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Remarkable one of them ones. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Listen, you know what's crazy? When I played that in the beat for one of my partners, who be handling the business with me. I played the beat for him in the studio. He said he never heard me rap on it like that though. So when I played it for him, he like, I don't know how you even gonna rap on this. I'm like, what? Nigga, you don't hear this?
Oh man,
it's like Rocky.
Hey, for that part, we go. Let's let people know how he rapped on it. We gonna get to it.
It's one of them ones.
At this time, I give y'all the chance to realize how blessed y'all been to been invited in my world. You know what I mean? You see, not too many times I take time to step out my square to deal with the squares of the universe. So, you've been truly blessed. Here you have it. Let's hope. My new name, Remarkable. Part of me wanna make life part from you. The other part know the questions about if you reppin' right. 007 tuxedo, handkerchief showing my aura glowing. Pouring suds to the mud for my niggas above. It's raining slugs on the south, so I'm missing my thugs. We came a long way from swapping belts. Not a score, lopsided. We blazing, face it, and we playing make it, take it. Niggas lack this flow, but in fact, for some racks could throw you a track. Shit, my slacker had you with plaques. Boy, I'm backstroking in raps. Mom's favorite, smile radiant, star player. Same one I'm slaying, told you she was saving.
That is Remarkable. Off God Meant It. Go buy it. Then stream it. Then tell a friend to tell a friend about it.
No doubt.
Tell them to buy it and do the same thing. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat, man. JIGGS, man, I wanted to get into some more serious topic. Just in terms of 25, you in Atlanta, I always, I never been aside from traveling through. I never got to kick it there. I'm always running through Atlanta, not necessarily getting to chill, man. But like a lot of shit that's going on in Atlanta the last couple of years in terms of the violence and shit like that. How is everybody kind of taking that in terms of just navigating just day to day, man, if you out here trying to get it and move around.
Right, bro. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, it's real. Like as far as like how it was and how and the the incline of, where you could go down anywhere, no matter what part, you in a nice part of the suburbs, the nice malls, it can go down anywhere. I done been around stuff like in malls, close firsthand, and I've seen it just flip upside down. You feel me? So it definitely has been, the city gonna be the city. And so you see the they trying to crack down. You see they trying to do the YSL. So you know what I mean? It's Atlanta for you, bro. That's why I try to paint that picture. You dig? It's home to us, but you still got to be on your toes. Like we love this city to death. One thing we got down here is pride of our culture and our city. Like we feel like we are our own universe. But that's a fact, bro. It definitely they definitely get like that anywhere, anytime.
For sure, definitely, man. I mean, I've always from afar just admired what Atlanta's doing and just kind of
culture,
everybody knows it's like it's like Black Hollywood, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
The best of the best is coming down there. Movie studios down there. It's just so much black wealth, man, and just you hate to see that black cloud. What's happening with YSL? You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with YSL in terms of just overall, so I can't speak on street shit. Right. But
no, I feel that.
But what I will say is just like, damn, that that if that don't wake motherfuckers up, man, I don't know what will.
No, it's real, man. These folks out here watching and listening. You see if you watch, I don't know if you've been watching the thing, but the details and the stuff they pulling out is crazy, bro. Like these folks really get on you and really be watching you, man. You just gotta play your hand and do right by you and yourself. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But on a more positive note, 2023, we still fresh 4, 5, 6, 7 days into the new year.
Yeah.
At this point, man, I know you're feeling good. You know, you had a good 2022, but that was last year. What's happening this year? How are you moving the brand forward? What are some of your goals to increase your productivity and awareness of your brand and your music?
Okay, man. Well, so I got projects planned, right? Specific projects. What's the song we took with Marco? What it's called? Firm Biz. My brother Wiz Kelly, my homeboy Wiz Kelly produced Firm Biz, right? And so we're gonna do a whole project, nothing too long, but crazy beats, crazy rhymes, just something quick to get y'all. You know what I'm saying? Trying to drop that in the first quarter. And my brother Berg is on the way back. It's my rhyme partner. We're gonna get back locking in with him. I'm trying to get y'all more music. You know what I'm saying? I dropped like 2 singles last year, but I dropped like a 1 full project, which is God Minute basically. But I'm trying to stay more consistent with content. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the content. The quality ain't nothing. It's just about being consistent, standing people's faces on every platform I could be on. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. And so I just want to drop a little more music and be a little bit more prevalent in the space. You dig?
For sure. I got like 2 or 3 people that I follow that they just specialize in just like giving you small gems in content. Anytime you like kind of be like, I don't want to do this, like just they like give like little ideas of like, yo, repost that video you posted 3 weeks ago that nobody really ain't engaged with. You never know when it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
Fact. I had to learn that too. Sometimes, some days, some things you might not get no engagement on, right? Man, you post it a week or 2 later, everybody's just going crazy, like they never seen it before. I done seen it. So,
yeah, it happens.
That's real.
It happens. What do you gauge your progress on? You know what I mean, in terms of just where you feel like good about the music.
What I look like.
Right. What do you gauge your progress on? Like, what do you look at in terms of your stat and or your look or what's happening with your career as like, okay, I did level up this year or I did.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? That's a great question, bro. I never been asked that. I don't even know, bro, because I look at all the stats that everybody else look at, and they move me a little bit, but it don't move me like that. Like they move them, like streams and stuff. Streams going up and getting more is cool. I think what really moved me is when, like, it might sound cliche, but what moved me is like peers that's on a higher level. Cause I really do it for like I ain't gonna cap. I don't do this for money, bro. Or
do it for the homie that you value their opinion and say your shit dope.
Right, and I do it for the culture. I want to just be cemented. I want to build a legacy. So with my peers and people that I looked up to and rappers, I know some people I think is nice, come back and say, yo, Jiggs, you nice. Or people in higher places say, oh, no, I see you, bro, you hard. That gives me motivation to keep going because I know I'm destined to be up there where I'm supposed to be at.
Right. And again, man, the act of, supporting the artist and giving back to the culture is a big part of being of the culture. A lot of people want to take from the culture. What are some of the things that you feel that you give to the culture in turn? It could be help from a homie or just whatever it may be. What do you feel like you give to the culture?
I don't know. I feel like I give to the culture a flashlight, you know what I'm saying? And I just try not to let them sweep certain stuff under the rug or try to kill certain errors. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like under 30, it's like, it's really ugly outside for the game. Like, it's the average nigga ain't really popping it or talking about nothing for real. So I feel like when I drop music, I'm really giving the culture new life. You know what I'm saying? But you'll be surprised the stuff I teach people that's at my age on the daily about this culture, stuff people don't know, man. Like the stuff people don't know shocks me, man. Like people don't be kids, dudes be 19, 20 and don't be knowing. Like it'll sound crazy if I tell you don't know who G Unit is. How you don't know who G Unit is? That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
like simple as that. So you'll imagine what they really don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
I be teaching people stuff on the daily about music, hip hop, just the culture of us. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I go back alive, and forth, bro. Because if you don't, it'll die, man.
Yeah, I go back and forth with it in terms of just like, you know what I mean, not really giving them some grace and realizing that they don't necessarily have to go back. I don't think if it wasn't for my pops being in my life and being a real hip hop head, I don't know if I go back to older, rappers and stuff like that. I know I like what I like and what I grew up with, and that's gonna be for everybody. Like you're gonna fall in love with that. But I ain't really I loved Hove, for example, the entire time. Like, you know what I mean? But I ain't really really falling in love with the music that Hove put until I got older and of age to where I could understand some of the shit he was saying.
Right.
At the time.
I feel that,
so
bro.
It was like, a lot of the same things, like the Rakims of the world, the KRS-Ones and all of those guys. Like that wasn't how I was in Brooklyn living. That wasn't the type of shit we was jacking at the time in the 90s. Like it just wasn't.
I know, I feel it. I feel you, bro.
It just wasn't.
I
So
feel that.
I couldn't. That's why I have to take a step back sometime and be like, all right, the young is ready. Don't necessarily have to do it. Like, it's got to be a want if you're gonna be in the game to at least acknowledge it, and like you should respect your elders, respect the legends when you around.
That's what killed me. Not acknowledging respect, man. You gotta pay respect and dues to, like, you can't say you love hip hop and disrespect people who paid away for the night. Like,
vice versa though. Vice versa, old heads. It goes both ways. Right, but what if I don't? Okay, I respect the new MCs, people that's doing it, that's killing it now. I love finding new MCs who's killing it, or who tough. But I ain't gonna respect no BS. I ain't gonna front. If it's new, even if it's popping, I can't respect no BS because I just respect the art form. Like, that's like somebody's painting selling more than a Picasso, but all they did was sneeze on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just a trend. Right.
I feel you.
It's okay.
I feel the hustle, but come on,
it's
man.
Okay, you gotta
put some love into it. Right.
It's okay to admire and paint your own picture after you take a little bit. It's cool. You can steal a little bit of sauce, but you can't.
Right.
You can't steal the entire ingredient and call it.
You can't exploit it. I hate when I be feeling like hip hop get exploited. Like, niggas don't care about it, man. They just getting rich off of it like a pimp. Like, they just don't care. Like, yeah, I never loved it. Like, they never loved it. They never cared or never loved it. They just getting rich off of it. And I ain't mad at the rich part. I just said you exploiting something I love. Like, I don't care if you get rich. Just don't exploit this. You know what I'm saying?
So, but at the end of the day, Jiggs, man, you just got to run your own race and worry about your team around you. You can't really be concerned where everybody else at and what they doing. You just got to do you and keep your eye on the goal is what the goal is. You know what I mean? And, just don't move that goalpost too much and just stay focused. And it'll be what it is for you, you know what I mean? But man, before I let you go, man, I want you to, shout out your other projects, some of the producers that you have on this project that kind of help you get this far, and then also give them some of your social media where they can find you.
Okay, man. I want to, if y'all ain't never heard me, y'all can start from the very beginning, man. Humble Beginnings, Mr. Perfect in 2009. That's on all streaming platforms. Then I came with To Live and Die in A that same year. Then I came with No Hooks that same year. You feel me? I took a year off 2020. COVID threw me off. You feel me? 2021, I came with Southside's Hope. Volume 1, Let's Hoop. It's like my first full-length project, the longest project I got. In 2022, I just came with God Minute. Them is all. I promise the last 2 was classics. And the 3 before that, if you like bars, you're gonna love it. You feel me? I was about 21 then. But you know what I'm saying? I want to shout out to all the producers on God Minute. My brother Chasen, my pops, Nicholas Craver did the first song. Wiz Kelly, Burner, and 2 and 2, and Texaco, who I met in LA, who did Too Late. And man, I'm JIGGS 285 bound, man. You can follow me on all social media, JIGGS 285 on YouTube. You type in JIGGS, or if you type in JIGGS 285, my video's gonna pop up. You're gonna see the kids. So you know what I'm saying? I'm outside, man. Don't let this gym go over your head.
For sure, man. And again, like I offer to all of the guests and stuff like that, man, this is a community. So if there's something I know that can help you out, I'm going to shoot it your way, and vice versa. I ask you to do the same thing. You know what I mean? If it's a dope artist in your city that's popping that is of your ilk and they need some exposure, or they want a good interview, send them my way. You know what I mean? We got to feed the ecosystem. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with that.
For sure, man. But ladies and gentlemen, that's JIGGS. I'm Cash, a.k.a. Exec P. This is episode 191. I had a hell of a time doing this. I love having these conversations. Y'all go check out God Minute. And then, it's a good problem to have, to feel like once you heard that, damn, I haven't heard of him, and to go back and check out his back catalog. Check him out. Buy the album. Buy all the albums. Do you have a Bandcamp as well?
Nah, I don't know how to work Bandcamp, bro.
We gotta get you on Bandcamp so you get majority of your proceeds, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely, try that Patreon. You know what I mean? Study the game. I'm doing the same, man. So I'll send you a few things. You know what I mean? And we'll network that way, brother. All right. All right, that's episode 191. We out.
Welcome to the basement.
I drop gems, I'm hard, just peep the wordplay. I came to kill and resurrect on the 7th day. So red to push the button.